Good morning, Wagga. Chris from Region Riverina with a bit of an update on where we're at with the flooding for Thursday morning, the 3rd of November. As you can see, we have a very high river. There is some good news though, and I'll go through a bit of that. And we might also pop down and see how the Riverside Park has held up. The water's sitting at 9.35 as of around 7 o'clock this morning in Wagga. They had been predicting a potential height of 9.6, which is the major flood level. Although there was a little bit of good news overnight, with Gundagai getting a slightly lower than expected peak. Peaked at around 9.77. They'd been forecasting 9.8 potentially. Of course, that is still major flooding for Gundagai. And the river has been falling away fairly quickly through the night at Gundagai. Here in Wagga, the water is still rising. That's the Wiradjuri Bridge there. And you can see that council workers have closed the bridge to anyone but local traffic only. Residents of North Wagga behind the levee can still come and go. They had been initially asked to evacuate by this morning at around 7 o'clock. However, that was revised after it appeared the water was moving a little slower than expected. Here's Ben Pickup from the SES.
As promised during the committee meeting tonight, we have gone away and we've spoken to the BOM about the updated warning that they released at 6 p.m. tonight and what we might see. So following those conversations with the Bureau of Meteorology, and I'm going to extend the time frame for the evacuation order that's in place for North Wagga inside the levee and Gumley to be out evacuate by 8 a.m. Friday.
So just by way of comparison, you can see the previous flood levels from years gone by. And if we zoom in here, there's been a lot of talk about that 1989 flood level. That, as you see, 9.41, not the biggest flood we've had in the last few years though. 2010 you can see 9.67, and going all the way up here, 2012, still short of that huge 1974 river, but 10.6 metres in 2012. That, of course, a whole metre higher than the flood peak that we're expecting at the moment. Here we have the Wagga Beach car park. Beach over there somewhere. I won't head into North Wagga at the moment. They have closed the road to everyone but locals because people are in the process of evacuating, and it is important that we make space for emergency services to use the road and for locals to come and go. Taking a peek over there. The biggest test of the new Riverside Playpark. The water, of course, already a foot higher than the highest peak we've had since it was built. As we've mentioned before though, it was built with all of this in mind. So all the electrics from the barbecues in the bathroom are removed, and they'll be popped back in as soon as the river recedes, which we're not sure exactly when that'll be. Hopefully we won't reach that peak of 9.6, given that Gundagai was a little bit lower. The problem we have is there's so much water on the ground, and that water continues to trickle in through the little tributaries along the way. It's been very, very hard to predict what the river is going to do. But we'll keep you updated here on Region Riverina.